Okay, so today, our focus is the skip split and its variations and its counters and best places on the field to do it. So we are gonna go over how to do the skip split in its base form, what it is, how to do it, and then we'll go to the counters and all those different things like that. So let me show you how it goes really quick. Basically, it's in the name, skip, split, skip, face, right? So what are we gonna do with this? We're going to skip, just like that. And as we get to our plant point, or the point that we want to hit a jab to dodge them up to change directions, that's gonna be our jab point. So I'm gonna show you a basic skip split, left to right, okay? A left to right skip split. So basically it looks like this. Step forward, jump off of that same foot, land on that same foot, plant with my other foot, and then switch. Just like that. Does that make sense? So it takes a little bit of coordination. It's not very hard, but it takes a little bit of coordination. Remember, you're jumping off one foot and you're landing on that same foot. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's just the base right there. We could also keep it in the same hand. Let's just say I don't want to split and I want to keep it in the same hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? So there's essentially 4 little steps in that. Now that's just the base. As we get better at this, we are going to go into the fake skip split. What do you think that looks like? The fake skip split.
Skip. And then you're going to don't lie.
Not quite. So think about this. In my skip split, right? I went like this. 1, 2, 3. And I went and changed directions out of that 3. Exactly. So think about this. So now if I set this up correctly and I did it 3 to 4 times in a game, skip split, skip split, skip split, defenses are probably thinking, oh, she's gonna split every time. So here's the counter, right? Here's how you change it up just a little bit, okay? You jump off of that one and you push off of that same one after. You don't really change directions. Does that make sense? Not too much. You don't go from a left to right split, you keep it in the same side. So it looks like this. 1, 2. Does that make sense? Yeah, but it still looks like you're going to split, so you have to sell it correctly. It would look like this. I'm here. See how I'm kind of looking that way too? Does that make sense? Because now it looks like you're going to split. So there's levels of deception in this move, okay? So how do we practice this? How do we get better at it? This is how we're gonna start. Drop your sticks. In order for you to be a master at the skip, split, face, fake, you have to be able to skip properly. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna skip, skip, skip to my Lou. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see it. Land on the same foot. Now, instead of going quickly into stepping with the next foot, I want you to exaggerate the first one, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead. There you go. Hold your balance now. Keep moving forward. Good. Now, as we get into this as well, you don't want to jump high on this. You want to cover maybe a lot of distance, and you want to stay close to the ground as you do it. For this one, we exaggerated just a little bit just to get it. Now let's get our sticks and a ball. All right, so basically, now we're gonna follow along, okay? Let's start right here, Maddie on this side. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, me on this side. All right, so we're gonna start with a left to right split, okay? So follow my lead. 1, okay? 2, fall down. 3, notice I'm going this way. 4. We should be moving that way. Now let's do it again. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, go back, reset, let's do it again. Go back all the way there. Go back, let's go. So, we should be able to get around 4 to 5 skip splits from right there. Does that make sense? So stay in your line. You're gonna obviously push off to an angle. Let's get a couple of skip splits going. I don't think we really need the equipment for this, but we're gonna get some equipment in a second just to help us really get this loaded into our system, okay? Back it up just a little bit more past the cone. All right, go slow. Give me about 4 to 5 skip splits, go ahead. Yep, slow down, pause, and then do it again. Step, jump, go ahead. Yep, good, and do it again, quickly. Now make sure you land on that foot and reset, go back, do it again. Good. Now we're gonna use some equipment to help you. All right, cool. So right here, we're gonna be using a hurdle to jump over. We can use an octagon, we can use a cone. It really doesn't matter. I like using the hurdle because if we're struggling to jump a little bit, that forces us to jump a little bit, right? Okay, good. And this is a low hurdle. It really works well. Some people say you shouldn't use a hurdle. It doesn't really matter. You can use a hurdle. Okay, so we're gonna start here. We're gonna go just straight into it. In a second, we're gonna talk about entry points. How do we enter this skip split? We can run straight, fast, do it. We can curl into it. We can shuffle into it. There's lots of different entry points. But just for this, we're gonna start with a straight entry, okay? Smooth, easy jog. And then we're gonna be working on our plant, and then our push, and then our switch, and then our shot. Does that make sense? So this right here is going to be our plant foot. We're gonna kind of pause in this too, okay? You can stay with your right, or you can go with your left too to work that split. So all I'm gonna do, start right here, this foot back, right? Because what is it gonna do first? 1, 2, 3. And I want you to pause. I want you to hold on this. Does that make sense? Okay, notice how I'm leaning this way just a little bit. Now I loaded my left knee. I'm looking this way, my body language is going this way, and then maybe, boop, I push and I fire. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's come on over here. Ball's gonna be right here. Again, one more time. Here, take my step first, okay? 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try it. Go slow to start. 1, 2, 3. Get a little bit closer, and we're just gonna take that long step. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now, if you jump from a very far distance, you might run into the hurdle. You can shoot after too. Okay, let's do it again. That's okay. If it was bad, let's do it again. So, I want you to pause, and I want you to hold that jab, because I want you to master those little things like leaning, looking, and then pushing and switching fast with those hands. Does that make sense? So remember, maybe don't take that step from here, because now you got a long distance to get over that hurdle. Walk in just a little bit. You can stutter step a little bit, like. Does that make sense? All right, go ahead. Ooh, soccer. Now you good, man. Good, I love it. Did you pause? No, you gotta pause for like 3 seconds. So when you get there, that's when we're pausing. So here, 1, 2, hold. I'll say release. Okay, so go ahead, I'll tell you when to release, go ahead. 1. Your feet are like stuck in the mud. Go back, do it again. What you doing, girl? Here you go. Oh my goodness, we're struggling. I don't know if this one's gonna make the cut. All right, you sure? You sure? All right, go ahead. I'll tell you when to release. Jump over it. Jump, hold, 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 hold. Land on that right foot. Go back, do it again. That's okay. Go ahead. Go. Good. You can hit them BTBs too if you want to finish that way. Good. So what's the biggest thing right here? Jumping off one foot, landing on one foot, right? So if you need to, throw the stick away. Make sense? And push that back just a little bit. That's right. Yeah. Walk it in, and just step. Remember that big step. Yep. Good try. I like it. Oh, we're going again, and we're gonna put everything in. Just take that big step, jump. Beautiful, good. Now, why are we shooting going that way? Go to the cage, right? So again, if you're struggling to get your footwork right, you can take a little stutter step, right? Boop, 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 step. Boop. Huh? Good. Love it. Now, if you stop right here, I gotta check you.
Hey.
Yes, good job. What do they say? Yes. I don't say that, but they say it. Yeah, go slow. Now sit down on it, right? We want to sit down on that skip split. Boop. Good. Here we go. Yep, kinda. Now for you, I'm gonna have you go the other way, Maddie. It might feel a little bit more normal. Okay? So, blue, if you want to skip split the other way, you can do this too, right? And just again, go slow. We're gonna spend a lot of time right now just figuring out this base. Does that make sense? So how would we do that? Yep, boop, and then go. Exactly. I'm also gonna put up a pole right here, just so that it helps you to not go straight down the middle. We wanna definitely change directions on this. That's the whole point. So here, notice how I'm kind of going this way and then I go this way. Does that make sense? So we really want to change those directions. Here's your defender. This is how you're going to split them up. All right, let's keep going. Work it. Go slow. There you go. Go slow on it. Just step first, walk. Excellent. Yep, beautiful. Love it. Go slow, walk it in. And again, if you need to get rid of your, oh, that was so good, but I don't even know why we shooting right there. You better go in, girl. Let's go, what you doing? Let's go. Yep, Beautiful. Now, pause. As we are getting better at this, instead of walking from right here, I want you to have more of a natural, a natural walk. Yeah, you can skip it to it, right? Yeah, you can skip it to it. You just gotta get your footwork. Now my jump was way too far because now I'm going into the post, but basically you can do that. So you could just walk into it too. You can get low. Boop. That makes sense? All right, let's go, keep it going. Go slower, homie. Don't take that bad rep and continue with it. Stop yourself and then do it again. Oh, everything's going in. Oh, good, Maddie. Look at that lefty. Now, as we're going through this, let's sharpen it. So we're standing up tall. That's fine. I want you to sink into it. So as we're here, right? Boop. Boop. And I want it to be quick. So we're working a little bit of a pause right now, which is good, just to master it. Let's make it quick as we start getting better, but really be very deceptive. Now, instead of approaching it straight, let's maybe go at an angle. Come on this side of the cone if I want to go back. So we're gonna make this V motion. Does that make sense? So check this out, right here. See, I'm going in that V kind of motion. Now, if I'm the defender, I see you going this way. That makes sense? All right, let's go. Walk, just walk it, just walk. Yep, beautiful. Now, I want you to barely like skim the top. So now instead of jumping for height, which we weren't really doing in the first place, we're gonna jump for distance. So now, okay, again, thinking about my angles, this is where elite players become like super elite, is like they know their angles. They know how to move and manipulate a defender. Novices, rookies, they don't know how to do this. But you're not gonna be novices and you're not gonna be rookies. You have to be like a lethal assassin. You gotta know how to manipulate the defense. So again, I'm approaching it from this angle right here, right? Boom, okay, step. Okay, that's what I wanna see. So it's very quick and it's a good sink and it's a look away. It's all those things. All right, let's go. Good try, here we go, next. Doesn't matter. Now I want you to start picking up the speed in it. Instead of walking, now we're gonna kind of like start moving just a little bit faster, right? Woo, woo. That's what happens, right? So now I'm here. Go a little bit faster now. Yep. Good, beautiful. How did it feel? How did it feel? A little bit. Remember, land on that one foot. Now that we're using the octagon, how do we use this properly for this drill? Well, you can put it back here. This is your entry point. So, we might move this back here, right? If we're gonna use the octagon, all we're gonna do, yeah. But before, remember, we needed the hurdle to help us with the jump. Okay, that makes sense? Now that we've gotten 10 to 15 reps, now we can take it away, and in a second, we're gonna take that away. These are just training aids to help us in the beginning, but then we take all this stuff away, and we should be able to do it, pull it out just like that. So continue to go left, continue to go right. I'm gonna give you like 3 to 4 minutes to do it, okay? Make sense? Okay, now, again, you have to master the little subtleties. You have to master the angles of approach, okay? Don't just go straight, don't just go slow. Try different things. Try skipping, try walking, try sprinting, and just master this. Does that make sense? Now, if you're struggling, slow it down because you don't want to continue with bad habits and bad form. Let's go. Good, let's go. Good, so remember, you're gonna step into it first. So walk it through and step into it. Go slower on this rep. Good, beautiful. Just step in it first and then jump. Yep. Thank you. So you should be approaching maybe from this side. Does that make sense? Because remember, we want to have that V cutting motion. Boom, boom, boom. You see I'm changing directions? So if anything, remember the change of direction. Left to right, right to left. So think about your angle of approach. She's gonna be going back to her right. So she's going this way, lead them down, and then she goes, I'll play defense a little bit on this. I'm right here, on the 12, on the 8. Good, see that? Move me a little bit, fire. Get a corner. Yeah. So now you're gonna walk it this way, because you wanna go back this way, right? So go ahead, walk it down. Walk, no freeze. Come this way. Sharp angle, switch hands. Yep, step. Freeze, why are we going this way? Come on back, let's go. Right here. Walk with me, right behind me, okay? Boop. See, I'm going straight into it. That makes sense? Because you're really like moving me. Move that defender. Here, let's do it again. You're back up. I'm right here, right? I'm trying to get you walk, step. Yeah, and then just get a little bit more distance going down this way. All right, here we go.
Wait.
Yeah, you got to jump a little bit more, right? Good. I'll move this a little bit closer. Again, you can do it from like right here, but you just want to have a different angle, okay? Angles of approach. Go ahead. Oh. Yep. That was a corner. Buckets. The other way to do this too, there's actually like a crossover step. So I want you to watch this. Go stand in front, both of you, just really quick so you can see it. Stand on the blue side, both of you. So let's talk quickly about, scoot in. Let's talk quickly about entries, right? How do we enter this skip split? Well, it's a couple different ways, and really, it just depends on how you want to. Again, there's a straight up run, right? There's kind of this shuffle, which we've been kind of doing, right? See that crossover step right there? So now, 1, 2. Oh yeah. That's what we're gonna be working on right there with that particular entry point. We're going to shuffle down. Now when you feel like you're ready to move them, when we get to this point right here, that's when we're gonna take that one step, because it's still the one step, right? See that? Yeah, I'm gonna go slow. You guys can do this with me, okay? See how I still landed on this foot first, and then I planted? So again, do this with me. 1. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, so it's different than just like a shuffle into that. It's a shuffle into a crossover step, right? So we're gonna have different entry points. We could, again, run straight at an angle, boop. That's one entry, right? We can shuffle and then go down. But I didn't take that crossover step. It's just a straight in, right, out of a shuffle. Now, okay, crossover and then go. So it's different footwork patterns, but it accomplishes the same thing. So, Maddie, you're gonna start on that side, obviously. But before we even get to the big stuff, we're gonna practice the crossover step. So come on over here. And we're gonna do exactly what Mia was doing. You stay on that side, Mia right here. And this is how we're gonna do it, together. And you can start with us too. Come on down, actually, we'll come over here. You're right here. All right, let's do this together. So get in our left hand, okay? 1, hold, jump, and that's it. Now we're gonna do this right here for a minute, minute and a half, until you feel comfortable. You're gonna go the opposite way. Make sense? So it's gonna look like this for you. Yep. Make sense? And you're gonna just do that over and over and over. So switch sides with me in. Okay, so again, here. Okay, reset. Boom. Notice how I'm moving down this angle, right? Right? And just do that over and over and over again. So Mia, start right here. Maddie, start right here. Obviously, I gotta get it for the video. And I want you to walk it super slow. Go ahead. Do you guys need help on this? Or you good? A little bit more pronounced. Do it again. Just keep repping it out. Good. Okay, Maddie, get close. Again, do it for the gram. So now, let's talk quickly about best places on the field to do this at. Would you kind of like stop and pause and do this in the midfield as you're trying to clear the ball? Huh? Would you do this skip split in the midfield? Like you're going coast to coast, would you do a skip split in the midfield? You could, but should you? Why not? You slow down a little bit in the skip split, right? Like it's not like full out sprinting, which you primarily want to do. A lot of good jabbing takes place in the midfield, maybe a split, maybe a spin move, right? But not the skip split. But we primarily do this in a settled offensive situation. Now, the best places on the field to do this are these three spots. Number 1, goal line extended. Number 2, the elbow / wing. And then number 3 is up top center, right? Those are all good spaces for pretty much any dodge and any shooting opportunity, as long as your teammates clear space for you. So we're gonna work it from both sides. Maddie, you're gonna be on that side working it. Mia, you're gonna be on this side working it. This is gonna be your defender. Now, Maddie asked the question, why is the defender so far pushed out? Because some defenses will pressure you, and if they pressure you, bad luck for them, because now they've exposed themselves. Now, here's the purpose of this too. For you, we are gonna be moving this defender. So let's just say, Mia, come play defense on me right quick. Defense is like right here. Let's just say I get the ball from this side, right, Maddie? Okay. Now, let's just say she's really cutting off the inside. Cut that off. I do my skip split. I have really nowhere to go under. Does that make sense? So I want to create a little bit more space. I want to get her to something I call the island. So now, instead of initiating my skip split right here, I'm going to bring her out just a little bit more. What does that do? Yeah, because now, check this out, right? Fall for it. Boop. Right here, play, play, play. Boop. Does that make sense? Because now I can go under on the skip split, okay? Now here's where we talk about the fake skip split. So now she knows that I want to go under. That's my move, that's my thing. Now I'm gonna give her a fake one. So you're gonna assume that I'm gonna go under. Not yet, you stay there. Right here. So I'm here, right? I enter it, boom. See that? I come over the top. So I want you to practice both. The skip split under or over, and the fake skip split under or over. So remember, good question. How do we do the fake one again? Jump, land, and keep going. But you gotta sell that you're going to give a quick jab. Let me see that ball right quick. So if I'm gonna do this again, come back here and watch. I'm coming out, I'm getting wide, I'm sizing her up, I'm creating the space. She knows that I like to skip split going under, that's my thing. Now, right? See that little crossover step too? That still works here too. So instead of making that sharp angle, I jump, right? Boop. See how it kind of looks like I still want to go back in? But at the last minute, I'm still going. So don't jump too high, remember? So here, look. Does that make sense? It's a little subtle fake, but if you go slow and then start picking up the speed, you will master it. So again, last time, here, boop, boop. Switch hands maybe, boop, boop, bop, right? That's version 1. Version 2, boop, never. Ooh. Boom. Does that make sense? We got 2 versions of this. Let's get to work. Let's see how they do, papas. Good, beautiful. There you go. Yep. There you go. Thank you.